Hey Beehive, it's me, Dewey Stew, your resident bad boy here at BumbleBee, and here to give you another awesome informational video. What? You don't think I'm a bad boy? I'll have you all know back in grade 9, I was quite the troublesome teenager. Yeah, that's right. I was the cool bad boy that everybody wanted to be around. I was. Okay, sure, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I still have parts of my bad boy in me. And you know what? I'll prove it to you in today's list. Because today, I take you through the top 10 banned tourist attractions that are illegal to visit. So grab your shades and leather jackets, and let's go visit some illegal places, shall we? Starting us off at number 10 is the Lascaux Caves in France. Back in 1940, deep in a cave in southwestern France, a series of stunning Paleolithic cave paintings were discovered. These paintings are believed to be up to 20,000 years old. The paintings that plaster the wall of this ancient cave are made up of vivid images of stag, cattle, bison, cats, and more. The most impressive though is located in the Hall of Bulls, where there are 4 giant large bull paintings, with the largest one measuring up to 17 feet long. This incredible ancient cave was sadly closed off to the public in the 1960s when it was discovered that the cave was home to some dangerous fun guy. And I'm not talking about me, the dangerous fun guy, I'm talking about fungi as in fungus and black mold, both of which are deadly to humans. On top of that, human presence is considered destructive to the work of art, and the country of France would rather us humans not ruin it. But no worries, just last year a replica of the cave was made right next to the original so that tourists around the world could get as close as they could to a real glimpse of these 20,000-year-old cave paintings. But like I said, I'm a bad boy, so that means I'm gonna go to that cave, not the replica one. And I'm not paying admission either. At our number 9 spot, we have the island of Surtsey in Iceland. 55 years ago, in a volcanic eruption, this island was formed. This gave scientists from around the world to not only discover a new ecosystem, but also the birth of one as well. For that reason alone, unless you are one of the scientists completing research on the island, all other human visitation is strictly restricted. The island was formed in 1963 and is actually one of the smallest islands on Earth because it continues to shrink due to water and wind erosion. Based on studies completed by the Surtsey Research Society, this island could be at sea level by the year 2100. Which gives all of us bad boys a hard deadline to complete our cool rule breaking trip. I say we go once right now and then in 2099 just before it gets at sea level. So we can compare pictures because obviously we're all still gonna be alive by then, right? Nothing can stop us. At our number 8 spot we have the Coca-Cola Vault. Back in 1886 the world was introduced to the infamous Coca-Cola soft drink thanks to John Pemberton. From the very beginning, everyone in the world wanted to get their hands on this amazing soft drink recipe. Probably because it used to be made with a popular drug, and I think it's fairly obvious which one it is, Coca-Cola? With tons of people going after the recipe, just like Plankton going after the Krabby Patty secret formula, Pemberton needed help keeping the recipe a secret. In 1919, the recipe was kept under lock and key at a New York City bank, and then in 1925 it was transferred to a bank in Atlanta so it could be a little bit closer to home. Yeah, if I was Pemberton, I think I would have been more nervous having the recipe locked away in another city's bank, but who knows who's working on the inside, right? But finally, in 2011, the Coca-Cola company decided to open up an exhibit in an Atlanta museum that also showcased the famous vault where the recipe is now kept and hidden under strict security. Very few have access and will ever have access to the inside, but one thing is for certain, I shall study every single Mission Impossible movie and learn the ways of the super spy, and I'll get inside that vault. Hopefully. Should I be putting this on camera? At number 7 we have the Whites Club. Founded in 1613 and located at 37 St. James Street in Piccadilly, London, England, is one of the oldest running boys clubs in Britain, which are quite common within British culture. Only members are allowed in this highly secretive club, and that is political leaders, senior bankers, and heirs to the throne. Oh yeah, and one more thing. No girls allowed! There has only been one woman to ever step foot in the club, and it was of course Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. A few members have even left in protest of the incredibly outdated rule, but I think the tradition and over-masculinity of the club is so deeply rooted that it's never gonna change. Members over the years have now shrunk to around 500, and supposedly the bar inside is said to have never closed once over the last 200 years. As much as I would like to put on my most dapper suit and get my way in the club and enjoy a nice cigar and scotch on the rocks, this club I'm afraid is a little too pinkies up for me. And plus also, I enjoy the company of women, especially when I'm surrounded by old British aristocrats. Sorry gentlemen, if you'd like to reach me, you can find me down the street at a pub with my pinky and ego lowered. Good day. At number 6, we have Diego Garcia. Located between East Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia, this island is home to one of the most top secret military bases in the world. Maybe they're evil. Maybe it's like that island from The Incredibles and they have one of those super cool separating waterfalls that enter into a supervillain's secret lair? Maybe. Diego Garcia is also said to be home to one of the CIA's floating black sites, which basically means top secret. So needless to say, access to this island is restricted unless you're one of the highest authorities. Once again, we would have to use our super spy skills, but I have a feeling this one is super dangerous and actually not as fun as the secret island in The Incredibles. So maybe let's pass on Diego Garcia and just keep watching spy movies at home. For now. Coming in at our halfway point at number 5, we have North Brother Island. Every single year, millions and millions of tourists flock to the Big Apple. Most tourists try to pack in as much sightseeing as possible and explore every attraction possible. But unfortunately, North Brother Island is off limits. Located in the middle of the East River and not too far away from Rikers Island is North Brother Island, an island that requires prior authorization to visit or else you're floating on over to Rikers. First claimed in 1614, North Brother Island has a history of disease and death. From the 1880s to the 1940s, the island quarantined people with highly contagious illnesses. Every person who died on the island stayed on the island and was also stored in the morgue located there. From 1951 to almost 1963, the island was used as a rehabilitation center for drug addicts. But in 1963, it was then abandoned and became the property of the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation. It is now home to a bird sanctuary and is closed off due to the deterioration of most of the buildings. It is also said that this island is extremely haunted. Ooh, little ghost hunting anyone? At number 4, we have the Bhangarh Fort. Located between Jaipur and Alwar in Rajasthan is the ruins of a once great kingdom. The Bhangarh Fort was built by the rule of Amber Kakwaha for his son in 1573. Sadly, the population of this once great kingdom slowly decreased until a famine in 1783 forced all the villagers out of their homes and had to flee the area. There is a local legend that says the reason for the famine and the evacuation of its inhabitants is because of an ancient curse. People in India still to this day believe so heavily in this curse that the Bhangarh Fort is legally considered haunted. Legally! A government permit is required to enter the mysterious fort before dawn or after sundown. The only living things currently inhabiting the fort are tigers and other local wildlife. But what else lurks in the depths of this ancient fort is still unknown. Time to go get that permit. Starting us off in our top 3 spot at number 3 is North Sentinel Island. Belonging to the archipelago and Andaman Islands located in the Indian Ocean, North Sentinel Island has remained virtually untouched by modern humans. Virtually untouched. Sounds like paradise, right? Nope. It is actually inhabited by one of the last of the world's uncontacted tribes. The indigenous people on the island are known as the Sentinelese. There have been a few attempts to make contact, but they usually end up deadly. In 2006, it was reported that 2 fishermen were killed by the Sentinelese after their boat was carried by the current and washed ashore. There is now a 3-mile restriction zone around the island for the safety of sailors and the Sentinelese people. The Indian government has abandoned all plans to ever get in contact with the indigenous people and would rather just leave them alone. 1, because they don't want to die themselves, and 2, because if they were to carry a modern disease or flu, the Sentinelese people could be wiped out completely. I think I'm with the Indian government on this one. I'm just gonna let you be. At number 2, we have Snake Island. If you don't like snakes, this one is definitely not for you. Located 100 kilometers off the coast of Sao Paulo is the beautiful Snake Island. Sounds like a relaxing, beautiful place for a nice vacation, huh? No. This island has become uninhabited thanks to an invasion of some of the most venomous snakes on the planet. It is said that between 1 and 5 snakes per square meter live on the island. Imagine me right here with 5 deadly snakes all around me. Nope. One of the most famous kinds of snakes is called the golden lancehead viper. This snake can reach up to a half a meter in length and with its fast-acting venom can dissolve flesh on impact around the site of the bite mark. For reasons like that, the Brazilian government forbids anyone from ever visiting the island unless you are part of the Brazilian Navy or an authorized researcher. Now, I actually love snakes, but that being said, I have never been close to a poisonous one, so maybe we can just chill in Brazil on a beach instead. And finally, coming in at number 1, I hope you all thought of this when we started the video today, we have the ever so secretive, mysterious, scientific, heavily guarded Area 51. The infamous Area 51, located in the middle of the Nevada desert, is said to be home to top secret United States Air Force facilities, but as many more believe it to be home to aliens, an alien craft that have been crashed here on Earth for years. Unless you're in the highest levels of the United States military, you ain't getting anywhere near close to this base. Even the gates are miles away from the actual top secret base, and you probably know what happens if you get too close to those. Lethal force is permitted. Or in other words, you get shot. After the huge failure of the Storm the Area 51, Let's See Them Aliens campaign last year, I think it's safe to say that we don't need to go to this one. I would love to travel to the extraterrestrial highway and take a peek, but I don't need to get any closer than that. And besides, with all the incredible alien news over the past year, it sounds like we need to keep our eyes on the ocean more than Area 51. So get your swim trunks. That has been our top 10 banned tourist attractions that are illegal to visit. Some of those were super cool, and some of those were just straight up terrifying. The most terrifying one being the Whites Club. Oh, the horror! Bunch of old white men and no women are our presence! Philip, escort her out please, the woman has cuties. Honestly, my favorite out of the list was definitely the Coca-Cola vault. I once used to be kind of addicted to Coca-Cola, and even though I don't drink it as often anymore, I still want to know what's in the top secret formula. I'm also half expecting there to be a really cheeky guard that even when trying to get close to the vault, says to you, sorry, this recipe is off limits, is Pepsi okay? No, it's not. What was your favorite place on the list? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to join the hive. Until next time, Bumblebees, buzz off!